How is everyone doing on today? Welcome to Venesia Williams Empowers. I am so
How is everyone doing?
I'm so excited to have you all on today. Listen, I want you all to take the time out to share, share. Tag someone. Yes, you on Twitter, on YouTube. I see you. I want you to start sharing and inviting. We've got a phenomenal guest joining us on today. So you want to definitely make sure that you take the time out to share. So I'm Venesia Williams, the number one prophetic empowerment coach in the UK, the author of the book The Power of Renewing Your Mind, Turning Point: How God Turned My Darkness into Marvelous Light. I'm also the co-founder of the Power of Love Ministries, the CEO of the Empowerment Club and Empowering Women to Win network, where we empower, encourage, equip women to truly achieve their goals, their dreams, their vision, and overcome those stumbling obstacles in life, and really have that mindset to wake up winning. That's what it's all about. We're all about connecting, collaborating, and really pushing predominantly women to the next level. So I'm excited for today's guest. We have Noelle Peterson. She's coming on today. Without further ado, I am going to bring this phenomenal, awesome woman on so that you can really hear from her on today. We have been going back and forth in emails and saying, yes, we got to get you locked in. So she is on. Hello, Queen. How are you doing, Noelle?
I am great, Venesia. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm so
Awesome.
excited. Thank you so much for taking the opportunity to come on today.
Thanks for having me. It's going to be a wonderful conversation.
Yes, so I know you're an empowerment coach, you're doing so much things, especially pertaining to women and stuff. Tell the viewers just a little bit about yourself and your background and what it is that you do.
Yeah, I was a missionary wife and a pastor's wife for 20 years. So spent many years doing what needed done and not really thinking of myself. And after life-saving surgery in 21, realized that we all have a story, we all have a purpose, and we all have a reason for being here, and we need to be living it out. So I spend my time helping women understand who they are and what they're on this earth for so they can build their life to make it happen and make an even bit bigger impact.
Wow. So you said you was a pastor's wife for 20 years. You kept that one quiet. You man, you must have, that's definitely just the grace to serve. And I loved what you said. It seems like you've been through your own rediscovering you and your purpose, and the things that really ignite your passion. So tell us a little bit about that experience for you.
Yeah, so I spent 13 days in ICU and about 6 months recovering from an aortic dissection, which left me just evaluating what I was doing. Turning almost 50 at the time, trying to figure out who am I supposed to be when I grow up? And I never had taken the time to figure that out. So in the months of recovery and in the slow return back to work, I was able to just think and process and evaluate life. And the more I told my story of that life-saving surgery, the more I realized that every part of me is a story. And I spent 48 years thinking I didn't have anything worth sharing, when in reality, we all have something worth sharing, and we all have a very unique story on this earth. And everything that we do is meant for us to serve a purpose and a reason for being here. And nobody's going to do it like we do.
Wow, that is powerful. You said you had life-saving surgery. That sounds even like a book.
It is going to be a book for sure. And I've told my story in a couple chapters already, but
Mm,
it is very much a God moment. Many things happened in that couple weeks where God saved my life. I was in the right place at the right time with the right doctors. It's a 40% mortality rate. So it is
wow,
something that does not is not easily survivable. You must be in the hospital within hours.
wow. Well, we just thank God. This is what it's all about on, Testimony Tuesday, Empowerment Tuesday, depending on your level of faith. Because, for me as a faith believer, I realize that I'm not just called to those that are saved, I'm called to those that are, lost as well, and really want to just really begin to hear some encouragement, and just, and I believe that it is true that the testimonies of others, the stories, the life experiences that other people have gone through, helps to motivate people. Help sometimes. You can be having your own pity party and not really understanding where it is that you are, and you hear, somebody sharing their testimony, what they've overcome or what they could be currently, facing, and it makes you change your perspective about what it is that you're going through, or maybe just give you that encouragement that you need to say, you know what, I can get up and get out of this, I can get through this, or I'm not alone. Sometimes it's that thing that's relatable. Pain is something that is relatable. Pain is something that actually connects people together. We've got to push through that, pain to get to our purpose. And what I'm hearing from you is, in the midst of that, you found your purpose, helping, other people.
Indeed. Yeah, I spent 6 months recovering and trying to evaluate life, and I ended up on the dining room table one weekend thinking through, who do I want to be? What do I want to do? What am I here for? And looking through lots of different worksheets that others had produced. And I ended up writing my own book based on those worksheets and activities of figuring out who you are and what you're supposed to do. And I do say we all have a story, because we are all here in a unique perspective. Nobody's gone through the same life we did. I assumed my life was normal and it wasn't anything spectacular or dramatic to talk about, but it was different than yours. It was different than everybody watching. My story is a story. It is my testimony to life, and whatever has happened to me has brought me to here today. It's part of who I am. Every viewer you have watching has a unique story, a unique perspective, a unique set of experiences that has led them to be the person they are today, to be able to have the influence that they can have, because only they have that story.
Wow, that is powerful. So what would you, someone could be watching now and be at that place? Because I remember, for me, before I even could really begin to understand and even want to go through that process of rediscovery, there had to be a kind of mindset shift. And if someone was listening now and in that place of sort of unbelief and uncertainty, what would the advice that you would give them?
If you're acknowledging that something's not right, I mean, that's the very first step. You need to look at who you are, where you're at, what's brought you here, and think about the things that matter to you, that you're good at, that you might enjoy doing a lot. Because what we do for our day job isn't necessarily what we would enjoy doing if we were to do it 24/7, right? Not that, and your job should not, and your entrepreneurship and your dream should not be a 24/7 job, but you do need to enjoy doing it. So think about what matters to you. What are the types of activities that you enjoy, and process and try new things. For me, I was not a fan of speaking. And to be honest, first time I've told this story, when I was in high school, we had speech class, college, sorry. And I did everything I could to avoid it. And in order to graduate college, you had to take speech. I ended up doing they called it a Maymester at the time. It was a 2-week class where you went in every day and you did your speech. So there was no time to get nervous or anxious, but I got it done. Like, just get it over with. I don't want to speak anyway. But now that I've figured out who I am and what I like to do, this podcasting and this talking is my jam. This is what I like. I love chatting with other ladies and just sharing life. And think about it, it's totally not who I was when I was 20, for sure. But try new
Wow,
things. Try
that
things. You don't know what you're going to enjoy.
that is amazing. Because so the very thing that you was running away from in college
Yep.
is the very thing that now you enjoy doing.
Very much.
Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing.
God
Um,
gives us the gifts
that's it. And some we have to know the timing and the season
and be
to
open.
utilize and the gifts that God has actually given us. And I loved what you said about trying new things. So, what are some of the new things that you have engaged in recently?
I am doing a lot more networking, writing, and
Mhm.
speaking. So, my last job, I enjoyed the fact that I sat at a desk and looked at paperwork and computers 8 hours a day. I didn't have to deal with people.
Mm.
So, after 20 years in ministry, that was my uh, safe haven for a while. But after leaving that job, and I have found I love writing and putting my word into sentences and phrases that just capture the moment and the thought, and speaking and sharing with women that they have a purpose, they have a reason for their own lives here, and it's not just to be a mom. We were meant to be much, much, much more, and a mom is just a piece of it. It is a part of who we get to influence. It is a very important part, and we have lots of value in spending that time and impact on our family members. But that's not who we are at the core. It is just a role we play.
Wow. And so how important to your discovery, your journey, the process of going through everything that took you up to this point now, how pivot would you say that mentorship is and coaching?
Oh, mentorship and coaching, they are vital to get us to move to the next level. I had many people over the years in the church, in work, in friendships that guided me, were there for me, that helped me talk through situations and think through life, and being that person that's just a little bit further ahead that could help you pull yourself up to that next level. It's so vital. I don't know that we can grow without seeing what's there to grow to.
Noelle, you just done a mic drop right there. Boom! I
It's
loved
true.
it. Say that one more time for the people at the back. Say that one more.
See if I remember how I said it. You have to have people that are a step ahead of you in life so you can see what there is to go towards.
Mm,
And one thing that we talk about in our coaching is being intentional with your relationships. We all have relationships around us, but are you thinking and processing what kind of relationship that is? Is it somebody that's just status quo and helping you be fun and have a good time? Is it somebody that's pulling you down because they're negative all the time? Or are they people that are just a little bit ahead of you in life, or have done something you haven't done and are encouraging you to be a better you?
mm.
Jim Rohn says you are the 5 people that you hang around. Who are the 5 people that you hang most around? And be intentional on that time. Now, I'm not saying you can divorce your sister or leave your kids, because that doesn't happen. But you can be intentional on who you hang around with. If your sister, your cousin, your uncle, your friend, your brother, whoever it is negative and not helping you get to that next level, just be intentional of how much time you're hanging around. You don't need to spend 12 hours at Thanksgiving if that's not going to be helpful to you.
Mm.
Be aware of who you are hanging around with and what impact they have in your mindset.
That is so good. That was so loaded, Noel. Just realizing that you can be intentional with who you spend your time with. And I loved what you said about growing to that next level, but sometimes you got to see it before you to know the level that you can actually grow to. So seeing sometimes that person, that mentor, that leader's success, or the lifestyle or achievements is expanding our belief system and its exposure, because now we're exposed to that. Now we've been either exposed to that environment or exposed to that level of thinking. So now our belief system has been expanded and we're thinking, wow, I can actually achieve this if I follow this blueprint, or if I take the time out to go through these principles, and I could actually receive these results. I always say, make sure your mentors got the results that you want to achieve.
Right. And it doesn't mean you have to be somebody in person. Mentors can be books you're reading, authors you're following, celebrities you're following. Be aware of who you're allowing to have impact on your mind. That's where
Yes.
it's at.
Noelle, she's just dropping all bombs tonight, because she just said, for you, the one that's saying, you know what, I can't, at this stage, my money's in transition, my millions are in transition, I can't afford to go to this seminar or that conference. But guess what? You can utilize audio books, you can grab yourself a book and study. Don't just read the book one time, keep on reading it and reading it until that information in there has transformed your life. That's when you know that you have actually read a book properly or listened to an audio properly, when the information that you have received is transformative in your life. You see it in your lifestyle. Go ahead, Noelle.
Very much so. And you think about being in a faith mindset, the Bible is read multiple times, over and over and over, yearly, sometimes, even more so in some aspects. But it's because you learn something different every time you read it. Other books are very similar. It takes more than one reading. Take
Yeah.
advantage of the books that are out there. It's a very easy way to shift your mindset, think to the next level, and get a mentor that you don't have to pay for and meet every week, because that can be, changed, and that's hard because you have to change every week, right?
Yes, I love that. Repetition is the key. It says faith comes by hearing, and hearing the word of God. So it's like, what are you truly listening to? And it's the same principles with anything else, that you have to be willing to. I was saying this the other day to one of my clients. Application is the key. If you're just receiving the information and you're not applying it, the quickest way to learn is by teaching what you have learned.
Very much so.
By teaching what you have learned. So this is why it is so good that, you know, I say that, there's always three different levels. So there's the level where you are, and you have your peers that you're encouraging one another, and you got the level below you where you're pouring in, or you're encouraging, or you're inspiring, and then you got the level above where you're aspiring to be. That's your mentors, that's your leaders, that's your coaches that are going to pull you up, going to stretch you to that next level. But if you're the only one, the smartest one in the room, you're not actually in a room, you're in a cold cage. You need to break out of there immediately.
Yeah, you don't want to be the smartest one in the room, because you want to be growing, you want to keep learning. And remember that there's always somebody watching. Even as first-time moms, we have kids at home. When we were siblings, if we had the younger siblings, they were watching, friends are watching. There's always people that are looking to us as mentors as well.
And Noelle, what was one of the challenges that you had to overcome, that you found difficult to overcome, but then you got there in the end in your process?
I mean, there's mindset things. We look back at programming that happened on our influencers when we were young, and what needs changed. And for me, I think the hardest thing is to say, I am worthy. I can do this. And it's just been so many years thinking how I wasn't valuable and I didn't have a story. That's, surely I'm supposed to be in the background, not on stage, kind of thing. But the acknowledgement for me was in that, being intentional of who I'm hanging around with, accepting the positive feedback from that circle. We're used to hearing criticism and what we can grow on, what we can improve with, but we don't necessarily acknowledge the positive feedback. So I did a speaker camp just a couple weeks ago, and having several of the coaches in the room tell me that I was good. Like, you're just saying that. I for many years have just blown that off as like, whatever. You're friends of my husband's, or we're pastors, and what, you really don't mean it. You don't even know me. But acknowledging that that statement had value and was true, and absorb that is hard. Because if you think about when you have when you're, like when you're disciplining your kids, and the kids hear the bully over and over and over, hear something negative from mom, dad, or uncle or whatever, it takes root. Those limiting beliefs take root, and we live with them for many, many, many years. But if you try to reprogram, and if you try to encourage kids to do something right, it takes like 10 encouragements to battle every one negative. So if you think of all the years you've had limiting beliefs, multiply that times 10, and how hard it is to reprogram that mindset of negativity. So for me, that's the hardest thing, is to just acknowledge and to accept the true positive feedback that I do hear.
Wow, that is powerful. Overcoming negative beliefs. Who can relate to that? Who can relate to that? I'm sure you're on here on today and you're thinking to yourself, wow. Or you might be saying to yourself, wow, I'm right there right now. Struggling with that. You can overcome it. It's what I love to do. Talk, you have to look like, people say talking to yourself is an indication that you're crazy. It is not, okay? Let me tell you this. That is the biggest lie.
It's coaching.
It's coaching. Yes, it is. And this is what you got to do, because the enemy, or those negative beliefs, they will come whispering. And if you keep listening to those whispers, then you end up begin to start saying those negative things out of your mouth. And your mouth has so much power. You got the power of life and death in your tongue. So if you are the one that gives those thoughts power when you begin to speak it. So if you hear something that's negative, what I had to do, and I read a book about it, the power of renewing your mind, is eliminate those negative thoughts with saying. What are you saying now? Speak the opposite. Now you got to speak something positive to overcome the doubt, to overcome the fear, to overcome the self-sabotaging thoughts. You got to now counteract it with the truth, with, yes, I am worthy, I am able, I am more than a conqueror, I can do this, I do deserve it all. You gotta tell yourself, you gotta speak to yourself, I am beautiful, I am lovable. Some of you are on here and you're thinking to yourself, when's the last time you actually says, I love me? When's the actually time you actually really said to yourself that I am loved and I am open to receiving love? I had to say that one until you. Sometimes you saying it and you go through the phase where you say that you don't believe it, but if you keep on saying it, eventually you believe it. Eventually, because you begin to start to see the fruit of it in your life. I remember saying, I'm open to divine connections and I'm attracting people with winning mindsets. You have to personalize it and just make it your own. Whatever areas that you're finding challenging, those are the things that you need to speak to, and do it daily. Do it daily, so you begin to truly see that manifestation in your life.
Consistency is key. And you can't just do it on weekdays or on weekends. It's 7 days a week. You need to be on your brand, who you are, all the time. It's not a fake it till you make it. It is be you, be authentic, be consistent. And those affirmations need to be said every morning, if not multiple times a day. It's not something that you say once and it's all, okay, I'm good. Every day.
Yes. And then when you get tired of those, like, you just create some new ones.
You do. Because that's how you manifest your dream.
Yes.
Bring your dream to reality today, because you deserve the best. God made you to be this on purpose and be here for a reason. You should be living the dream that you're supposed to live.
Wow. And Noelle, what would you say is the best advice that you've ever been given?
Gosh, that's
Think,
a hard
take
one.
a minute to think about it. You can drop a couple if you want, but what do you think is the key advice that you've been given?
I mean, just be you.
Mm,
You are the only you that was on this earth. The combination of your experiences, your perception, your dreams, your gifts, your personality, your emotions, you're the only one. Don't try to be somebody else. Don't try to be the mentor that you want to be. Be
mm.
you, but know that those things are possible, but they're going to be done in your way. You're going to be done the way you were meant to do them, not the way Venesia did them. We're all different. We're all unique and we're all special.
I'm telling you, Noelle, you're doing it today. I'm absolutely loving you. You are so phenomenal. We're getting ready to wrap up now, but I do want you to take the time out to just speak what's on your heart to the people and also let them know how they can find you, because what we're also about on here is sharing what we do and making those connections, because there's people on here that Noelle's called to, that Noelle has something that they actually need, and some you don't know. It's all about connecting. Maybe you don't know what's it's not today. It may be what she's going to birth out in the future. So I definitely want you to all to make sure that you follow Noelle, because she's got some phenomenal things coming. I definitely see you with your own podcast, honey. Definitely see you speaking this thing out, and I want to make sure I'm one of your first guests.
Noted. Noted. I actually was just making notes about that today. I got to start something. Um,
Yes.
I am all about empowering women. So I've created an education program to empowering women, empower women. And it's vital. We have to keep the movement. We have to keep encouraging each other that we do have power. We have growth. Uh, we are meant to help each other get through life. We aren't here just for our kids or our husband. A lot of moms in the past felt that way. My mom died of a broken heart because her kids moved out. Husband wasn't necessarily in a relationship, and her career had been retired. There's nothing left. And if you don't figure out who you are in the core, we are all here for a purpose. We're all here for a reason, and it's all unique. There are other people that are coaching. There are other people in the UK that are coaching. There's other people here. There's other people doing every job that you've ever thought of doing, but they're not going to do it the way you do it. They're not going to reach the audience that you would reach. You need to do what you were here for a reason. I am offering a free event next weekend, Friday, March 31st, for women. We've got 7 speakers that are talking from their own perspectives and their own backgrounds on empowering women and helping with us all just be the best we can be at addvaluetolife.com/power. And you can follow me on social media at into R2 Peterson or Noelle Peterson, Noelle L. Peterson.
Is that addvaluetolife.com
/power.
/power.
I called it Get Your Power On, because we're all superheroes. We need to put our cape on and be the superhero we were meant to be.
Yes, that is amazing. That is amazing. Phenomenal things coming. So once again, let them know the website, and you've got something coming. Just say it one more time so that they can get that link.
You can sign up for the free event March 31st at addvalue2life.com/power.
Oh, the number 2. Hold on.
Sorry. It's my husband's fault. He created the website a long time ago.
Yes, blame on the husband. See that? Okay, yeah. Absolutely amazing. Oh, it was such an honor. It was such an honor to have you on today, Noah. It has been phenomenal. Just sharing with you on today, hearing your story about truly life-saving surgery um in ministry 20 years as a
20,
pastor.
yeah, 20 years in South America and 10 here in Colorado.
Wow, wow, wow. And just now you're just authentically being you, just looking vibrant, living your purpose, fulfilling your dreams. And what I love is that you're helping, others do the same. And you're just such a great gift. So I'm just honored to have you on today and just to be able to share and connect. I know we got some phenomenal things coming in the future.
Amen. God's got it.
That's it. Thank you so much. I'm gonna let you go now and just wrap it up at the end. But it was such an honor to have you on today.
Thank you, Venesia.
Wow, wow, wow. Make sure everyone goes to add value to life/power. Listen, she said free, absolutely free. That's your gift today. If you made it all the way to the end of this broadcast, that is your free gift from Noelle Peterson. They're having a phenomenal empowerment webinar where people are going to be sharing their expertise. So make sure that you log on to add value to life/power. And we know we got some power. So listen, it was so phenomenal. Thank you all so much for joining us on today. Remember, we've got the Empowering Women to Win conference that is going to be the 30th of June. And guess what? You've only got a few, like literally only 10 or so more days until the early bird runs out. So you want to make sure that you go to www.empoweringwomentowin.com so that you can grab your tickets right there. We've got a few VIPs still available, so definitely make sure. It's going to be a time of women coming together, collaborating, networking, sharing expertise, sharing our life experience to really shift your mindset to the next level. You know what? It's not even to a next level. It's to a completely new level, to do what you have never done before. You got to make sure you're in the right room. You got to make sure that you're around the right people that's going to stir up what's already in you. There's a business in you. There's a book in you. There's a magazine in you. Listen, there's daycares in you that's never been done before. And the way you're going to do it, it's never been done that way before. There's inventions in you. There's creative, innovative ideas in you. But sometimes you just got to be at the right place at the right time for that thing to be birthed out. And that's what I want to see. I want to see you make some divine connections, some connections that will really take you, your business, your ministries to the next level. It's all about you winning in life, in ministry, and in business, personally and professionally. That's what we want to see. So I definitely am super excited about this event. I'm excited about what God's going to do because I know it is going to be powerful. Every single woman, I believe, is going to walk out with power, purpose, and prosperity. That's going to be your minimal. That's the minimal level you should be on, walking in power, purpose, and prosperity every single day of your life. Somebody type it in the chat. I am winning. I need to see you type it in the chat right now. I am winning. We want winners to come. You got to be coming already. You don't wait till you get to the venue to win. You got to already be coming with a winning mindset, ready to receive. ready to receive. Yes, come on, Razraz. I see you. I see you. God bless you all. Once again, this was our empowerment talk on Tuesday, where we share our testimonies, we share our expertise. It is a platform for people to truly come together, and so that we can celebrate one another, so that we can have some real talk, depending on how, you know, the conversation flows. We definitely is a space for people to be encouraged and inspired. I'm definitely, you know, humbled. You know, the other day I was just looking back at, you know, when Facebook does those reminders, and I was seeing 2016 Testimony Tuesday, 2017 Winning on Wednesdays, and, you know, just all the different things that God has birthed out from so, you know, long ago. And just, I'm just thankful, you know, when I look and see where He's actually taken me from and what He's actually done. I'm thankful for the process. I'm thankful for the hurdles, the challenges, because it definitely has grown me to a new capacity. It's grown me in patience. It's grown me, you know, in love. Sometimes you really gotta go through things in order to grow, to develop to that next level. So I'm just truly thankful. Make sure you share this broadcast. Make sure, my YouTube family, make sure you subscribe. I need you to subscribe right now, and tell 5 of your friends to subscribe right now. This is Dr. Venesia Williams, your empowerment coach. Listen, I have had a phenomenal time on today. We'll be back on again next Tuesday, so make sure you follow. And I'm definitely telling you this: you are a winner. Okay, God bless you. I appreciate you all. Have a fabulous Tuesday.